Okay, next tutorial. This tutorial is meant to be for one of I don't know if it's the oldest meme, but it's a really old meme that's been going around for a long time, of this unwanted house guest that kind of sits at the end of your bed and just they always have the caption of "I'm what's at the end of your bed" kind of thing. Yeah, pretty creepy. I don't know who the original artist of this sketchy drawing is, but it's a black and white, really small, sketchy drawing that goes around, and there's many different GIFs out there that people just post on Facebook and such. It's pretty creepy, but I actually had a request for it by Lollipop Pren. Yeah, I'll put your name there, so thank you. Just thought it would be a fun one to do, and seeing as you've requested it, why not? But I hope I did it justice. It's really not to be neat, it's meant to be sketchy, and yeah, so I just took the original, added colour to it, and made it a bit more creepy. Yeah, if you can do that. So if you'd like to see how to recreate this dark, sketchy madness, stay tuned. So to get things started, I'm going to block out my eyebrows and I'm going to apply a plain latex bald cap, which you don't really have to do a bald cap for this look, but I just think it'd look more creepy if there's no hairline at all. Yeah, and that's just me, so yeah, you can skip that if you want to, but I'll pop links here and here to tutorials I've done in the past to teach you guys how to apply a bald cap, block out your eyebrows, so I can save some time up in this video. So yeah, so I'm going to apply a bald cap, block out my eyebrows, and get back to you. So there we are. So I covered my ears with my bald cap as well. Again, you don't have to, I just think it might look more interesting. And I went over the edge of my bald cap with about 3 to 4 layers of liquid latex to get rid of the seam. I also went over my forehead as well. You don't have to do that again, but I thought, seeing as I'm blocking out my eyebrows, I might as well make them as flat as possible. And yeah, I'm not going to build up the area, I just think it might make it look smoother and hide them a lot better. So when it's all dry, I'm going to take some Snazaroo Clown White and I'm going to apply that all over my face. I'm not going to do my neck because I'm going to cover that when I wear my costume as well, so I'm just going to do my face and my bald cap. So then I can take some Ben Nye setting powder in super white and I'm just going to press that all over just to make everything set and not as shiny. I'm going to use a Snazaroo Royal Blue watercolour, and I'm going to use that to shade the face to look kind of skull-like without actually being a skull, just emaciated and around the hairline and around the nasal labial folds. Yeah, and I'm going to use a green eyeshadow, I think, to do some of the highlighted areas. Yeah, we'll see as it goes. So I'm going to take this Royal Blue and I'm going to start mapping out the areas that I want to contour. So there we are, so fairly heavily mapped out. I don't want to do any more blue because it'll end up looking like a smurf, so yeah. So the idea now is I can take a new brush, slightly dampened, and I can take a tiny bit of that Snazaroo watercolour, Snazaroo Clown White, which you don't usually add water to, but seeing as the base is a cream and the watercolours are watercolour, it should hopefully manipulate the colour around, so I can just blend that colour outwards all the way around and it will give this white a really light tint of blue. As long as I leave the initial structure lines that I've drawn on here alone, that should show depth. If not, I can go in again and add a tiny bit more depth in. But yeah, I just want to blend this colour all over the face in the direction that I've drawn it here. So these would be outwards, these would be outwards. Yeah. I'm going to go back in with the dark blue and just go back in and trace some of those lines again and then just taper them out because we want them to be the parts where the bone's protruding, so very skull-like and emaciated. So there we are. So it doesn't matter how rough it is because I'm going to neaten it out once I've done the eyes and drawn the mouth on so I can see exactly where the shading needs to go. But you get the idea. So there's this darker area here and this is a lot lighter. Yeah. So now I've done that, I can work on the eyes. So I'm going to take some Grimas Black Cream, so 101 cream, and I'm going to use that to cover over my eyelids, under my eyes, and over my eyebrows in a very, very round shape. So that's the whole creepiness of this look. There's no angry brow, there's no sorrow to the look, it's just round shapes, so creepy as heck, so yeah. So then I'm just going to take a new brush and blend that colour out, not too far, just until it tapers off, maybe about a centimetre away from it, just blend it off into the blue. Then I'm just going to take some more of that Clown White and start highlighting some areas. So I'm going to go down the centre of the nose, around nostrils, so the nose is quite wide, and across the cheekbones, and just up the temple a little bit. So once I've blended in that white that I've applied for the highlight, again, don't worry about the neatness because you'll see in a minute what I'm going to do with that. I'm going to take a Sugar Pro palette, I can never speak, or you can, it's this colour basically, the Midori, the dark green from that palette, which you can get on its own. I have it in a palette. I love my palette. So yeah, I'm going to take a fluffy brush, quite a big one, and I'm going to start dusting this in the highlighted areas where I've just put the cream, because I've not dusted it. Hopefully that colour should adhere to it quite nicely and it will give that hint of green that I want. Okay, so you can't really tell on camera annoyingly, but there is a strong green in the middle of the face. Yeah, you'll see from the photos at the end hopefully. So yeah, now the reason why I've not done overly much blending, I'm going to do two things to this. I'm going to take my favourite secret, my black hairspray, and I'm going to use that to darken all around the edge here. And going across, so spraying it from a distance on a well ventilated area, of course, along here and across. So that's going to taper off all of this. When it comes to the eyes, I use an eyeliner pen to make some some sketchy lines drawn around the eyes and a temple. But for now, I'm just going to work on the black hairspray. So as I said, I'm going to take it and spray really lightly from a distance, and just take it darker and darker and darker all around the edge here. But obviously not going straight up to the blue because you don't want to ruin all of the blue. Okay, so it looks like it's emerging from the shadows, that kind of creepy silhouette. Yeah, a lot of people will ask me about the black hairspray. What brands do I use? It doesn't really matter, it's just a regular party shop hairspray. The reason I use them in my tutorials and not an airbrush is because it's more readily available to the average makeup artist. I mean, I myself, I do use an airbrush. I do love using an airbrush. You'd get the same effect with an airbrush, but I just find it such a unique and cheaper way rather than buying a whole airbrush unit to get an effect. So that's why I use the black hairspray. So now I'm going to go on to the shaded lines I spoke about. So I'm going to take my Collection 2000 Extreme Felt Eyeliner pen in black, and I'm going to use that really lightly to sketch on lines following the shape of the face all around the eyes. So don't press too hard, just follow the shape. So just like that, just keep going all the way around the eyes. And I'm going to extend that as well to the forehead as well, just to get that sketchy effect that it's got. So I'm going to just, I know it's very crude, but just bear with me. Use this pen as well just to go down the sides of the nose, basically where I've contoured, just go in a really sketchy pattern. Just adds a bit more of a cartoon element to it, just like the image really. Then I'm just going to use a sleek ink pot in Dominatrix to line the waterline of both my eyes, just to get rid of that little bit of pinkness that I've got there. So then I need to work on obviously the mouth, the big horrible smile that he's got, or she's got. It's got, yeah. So before I start drawing on the teeth, I'm going to take the clown white again and just start colouring in the general area where I know the teeth are going to be. It's easier to colour the white first before and then draw over the top of it. I'm going to take the black cream and I'm going to take an angle brush, I think will be easiest for this, and I'm going to start mapping on the outside of the mouth shape. So it's going to go along the cheekbone and then down. It's easier for me to show you rather than talk you through this, I think. So then it's going to be a case of me taking my Collection 2000 eyeliner pen and being really patient and drawing on these really, really long, elongated teeth. I'm going to use the middle of my lips here as a base where the teeth are going to stop, I think. Okay, so pretty cartoony. I'm sure you guys are better at doing teeth. I suck at doing teeth, so yeah. Okay, so then I'm just going to take that royal blue watercolour again. I'm just going to draw some fake nasal labial folds, because if I was smiling, they would go up and across to join onto this line here. You'll see as I do it, but the idea is to shade the colour upwards, so this area here is neat. So just brush the colour upwards. I'm just going to break this up a tiny bit. Just going to spray a brush that I use for my foundation. Just slightly break these lines up. I know it seems like this, I'm going on forever, sorry, but I keep thinking of things to add. So I'm just going to take some of that Grimas black cream. Just going to add some crow's feet in there. Just helps keep it sketchy. I'm just going to go over a few of the contours again. Happy everything's all blended and sketchy and crazy. Yep, I'm going to take my contact lenses. So these contact lenses are quite a big part of this look. They're called Medusa lenses and they're from brighteyes.com. I'll pop the link in the description bar below. But they are quite a big part of what makes this look very creepy. Because the original images is just like these black eyes with tiny white eyes peering through, and that's hopefully what the illusion these lenses will give. So I'm going to pop them in and get back to you. And that's it. So I finished the look off, as I said, by popping in my 2 lenses, and I popped on a black cloaky thing with a hood on, just because he's or she seems very mysterious and is just cloaked in this shroudy thing. So yeah, but yeah, so that's my look. Super creepy, cartoony, funny, sketchy makeup. Yes, I don't take it too seriously, just have a laugh with it. I did. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you like it, please make sure to, rate, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And yeah, so until next time, bye.